Are you serious? Are you serious? Everybody get some coffee and calm down because something biblical is going on with the signs of the second coming of Christ. I can tell you right now, we've got a tropical storm. Cristobal has formed in the Gulf of Mexico and is headed for Texas. And this thing, it's early. It's only June 2nd, 2020, and yet we're already talking about a hurricane. We've already had 2 tropical storms that have hit the Carolinas already this year, and we're just getting started. And we got a coronavirus. We got riots in the streets. Are you serious? I mean, every time you turn around, what's next? The economy's messed up. Oh no, a blood moon on July 4th. What? But first, let me put a shout out right now to a lot of folks. This is noblegoldinvestments.com. Noblegoldinvestments.com. A lot of folks have lost hope recently. And there's a lot of despair going on, folks. A lot of despair going on right now, and a few sleepless nights with the stock market really returning to a -10 for the year. Since the start of this year, it's all looking kind of dismal, but it doesn't have to be, because crazy as it sounds, gold has actually went up 15% this year. That's a 25% turnaround, bang for your buck. It's probably something you never considered before, the way you've never considered Zoom calls or wearing a mask in public. But all these things seem normal now. You should be investing, folks, in precious metals, because if that stuff sounds normal, you know we're not in normal times. Matter of fact, gold and silver and palladium and plutonium. No, not plutonium. Platinum. I'll get my P's right after a while. Have proven to be safe haven investments. It is the only investment, though, with appreciating value during economic collapse. If you're interested in securing your wealth, you need to call noblegoldinvestments.com. Pick up the phone and call Colin Plume right now at 877-646-5347. That's 877-646-5347. They're a Christian company, they're family owned, and they'll take care of your financial needs at noblegoldinvestments.com. Now here's what's going on with this tropical storm that we've got to deal with. Tropical storm Cristobal, the third already storm of the 2020 year of Atlantic hurricane season, and this only June 2nd. Formed over the southwestern Gulf of Mexico on Tuesday afternoon. This actually yesterday evening it started, but by this afternoon it's become a full tropical storm. The newly formed Cristobal continued unleashing torrential, serious, threatening rainfall across portions of Mexico and Central America today, threatening serious flooding and mudslides, landslides, flash flooding. It churned across southwestern Gulf about 150 miles southwest of Campeche, Mexico, with maximum sustained winds of about 40 miles an hour. It's already killed 20 people. The mudslides and the rains and the flash flooding in El Salvador and Guatemala. Then it made its way across into the Gulf. This tropical storm warning is in effect for Campeche to Puerto de Veracruz, Mexico, this morning, with tropical storm conditions expected to rise in the next 36 hours. And with the upgrade to a tropical storm, Cristobal status, this new record has been set for the Atlantic Basin. Cristobal has now become the earliest occurrence of a third named tropical storm system in the history of the Atlantic Basin during any hurricane season on record. That's why we're concerned. But with the Planet X Nibiru 5 waves of energy, the gravitational waves of the pressure it's putting on the earth, look for the storms to intensify, look for them to be mammoth in size and more of them. Look for large falling hail. We've already seen Mexico had a hail fell the size of melons that weighed 4 pounds, And we had a hailstone that fell in Texas that weighed almost 6 pounds, went through a house, a roof, and a ceiling. Okay, it was the size of a bowling ball. We're seeing a ton of incredible lightning storms, volcanic eruptions, earthquakes are shaking, a lot of interference, and a lot of things are happening. A lot of dead birds, dead fish, dead cows, 1 million dead lobsters in New Zealand. These things are going to happen. And with the upgrade to a tropical storm status, this new record now, okay? Now, in 2016, that was the old record. So see, now we're only 4 years ago, and we're breaking records because Planet X, Nibiru, planet number 9, the 5 waves of energy are affecting the entire solar system. It's coming in. The blood rain that fell in Oregon last week, we had pictures of that. We showed you that. That was predicted. This iron oxide rain that Mike from the World Toast was coming 7 years ago. Now it's arriving. And this tropical storm, Colin, which formed on June 5th, helped that year go down as the history books. But this one, as Cristobal, has come sooner. Now, Cristobal did not form till late August back in 2014. They used that name then. And so here we go again. This is going to be a strong storm, guys. And the question is, as it collects, as it organizes, it will head up north on the Gulf of Mexico and could hit Texas. The water in the Gulf of Mexico is plenty warm enough now to support further tropical strengthening. Sea surface temperatures were in the low to mid 80s in the Bay of Campeche, the region where the storm was spinning as of this afternoon. The wind shear, or the shifting winds with altitude, is low over the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. Yet another factor, this low pressure favors strengthening of this system. So as the system moves forward, it goes back over land. Heavy rainfall will be the chief impact regardless of the strength of the storm. It's going to be all about the rain, the rain, the rain. And if it's in high altitude mountainous areas, it's going to create large flash flooding, mudslides and landslides. Okay, so the most immediate concern is for the torrential rainfall that can trigger life-threatening flooding, mudslides in southwestern Mexico, or even in Belize and northern Guatemala much of the week. But then it works its way by the weekend toward Texas. The heaviest rainfall is likely to occur along some of the immediate coastal areas over the higher terrain across the interior portion of Central America and Mexico. So we're going to keep an eye on this guy because, look, we don't know what he's going to do, and so it could be a problem in the next 8 to 10 days for Southwest Texas. We're not going to rule that out. I don't think it will, but I'm not a meteorologist. I'm not a seismologist. I'm not a volcanologist. I'm not a cosmetologist. I'm not a urologist. I'm not none of those cardiologists. And I'm not an ophthalmologist. I'm just barely a theologist. Are you serious? But I am a country preacher in the cornfields of Indiana, and I did stay at Holiday Inn last year one night. And I don't look like a weatherman, but my grandson plays one on YouTube. Anyway, keep an eye, guys. It's crazy what's going on around the world. Give your life to Jesus Christ. What I'm saying is that the signs of the Bible